All right, YouTube, here we go. This is Anthony with Hands Down Lawn and Landscape. Here, perfect. How you guys doing? Been a while since I made a video. I know I'm all over the place on my channel, but I'm all over the place because I am trying to show you how to start a business, how to run a business, and let it be known that if you intend to completely succeed, it's going to take some work upon yourself, some sweat equity is what they would call it. Whether or not it be with things around your own home, or if it requires you to work on your own trucks, your own vehicles, your own tools, your own equipment. So this is a carburetor out of a vehicle that I purchased recently, and I see there is quite a few videos out there, so I thought I'd make a little video just because this is a 4-barrel carburetor. Get the name, what's the name on it? Let's see if I can. It's a Rochester Quadrajet. I don't know if you can see that or not. But like I said, this is out of off a 403 engine that I recently purchased a vehicle, and that's the engine that's in it. Obviously, after taking it off, I kind of realized slightly right away what the problem, part of the problem is. This here is supposed to be a continuous tube that goes down, comes back up, and is connected through another hose that comes around and clicks into this front area right here. So I'm going to do a little tidbits. I don't think I'm going to do a complete teardown because I am an amateur, complete amateur. No joke. So let's go ahead and get her started. Basically, in order to get this, it's in 3 parts. You got your top piece, your middle piece, and your bottom piece down here. And then, of course, you have some throttle, vacuum, and some vacuum choke parts over on this side. Vacuum here, vacuum here. So it really runs off that vacuum. So with that hose being broke, I know that's got to be a problem. Like I said, I am an amateur trying at this. So if I can do it, I know any one of you can do it. And that's what my videos are meant for, to let you know, hey, we're out here. Got to get it done. Somebody's got to get it done. I can't afford to pay everybody else to do all my work for me. All right. So I do believe from watching the videos I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I believe 9 screws up top to take apart. With mine, these all look like they are flathead screws. So, and these are different sizes. So I would definitely, like I said, if you aren't real good at this, part of the reason I'm videotaping this also is not just to help you guys, but also to help myself put it back together. This does have, looks like a copper lock washer on it here. So just got to make sure. I'm going to kind of just set these in the orientation that it's coming off. One there, right up the middle. These ones on the inside. And none of these screws are like completely tight either. They always seem to be kind of loose. I think that's just from the years of wear and tear. This did come off of 78 O's. Don't see a washer on that. It's kind of a tapered end though. Put that here. Another one in here. Really helps to have a magnetic head when you're doing any of this work. working on one of these. I have, out of all the videos I've watched, definitely almost a must-have, especially when you print it back together. Some bolts and items that are way deep. And I'm taking these bolts loose. At some point I'm gonna have to knock the deal that's in here holding your float, your little pump. These definitely seem to be quite a bit longer. And they do have the little lock nut on it. But I'm probably gonna have to take some of these parts and pieces also over here too before I actually get this top all the way off. Just keep that in mind. Like I said, I'm an amateur. Figured I'd give it a try before I go spending $300-400 on a brand new carburetor or a rebuilt, remanned for $200 or $300. And obviously there's a lot of parts and pieces in here, so I can't, probably don't have enough room to lay everything out in this orientation. Those are even longer. And so far, it looks like the only thing we really need is this flathead screwdriver. Alright, that one there. And let me just make sure these two go with that. Love tap. Yep, that's definitely not coming loose. Alright. Oh, does not feel like it. Let me see how long these are. So that comes up with that. Alright. Oh, yep, that freed it up. Alright, let's see what all I gotta take off over here. I took a lot of pictures of this also so I can remember that orientation. Alright, turn this sideways a little bit here. Get a better view. Looks like I have that piece might be able to, no, it's a connection here to here. Just hoping not to have to take this little deal off. Alright, so there's a little strike line on here. It's lined up with the first notch on here. So I had to put it back the same orientation, but you got 3 screws on here. This is spring loaded, so keep that in mind. These screws, I do believe, are different lengths and different sizes also. They kind of got to go back on the same way they came off. So put pressure on here, hold it down. From the videos I watched, they said these are different sizes. I'm not gonna lie to you though, they don't look to be all the same size, but keep them in order all the same. This one's like really loose. Hopefully you guys can see this too. I'm probably blocking everything out. I really wanted to have this camera overhead, but I don't have the equipment to have it overhead. It says spring loaded, but I don't feel any spring to it at all. Little washer that came off, little felt washer that came off with that. Pretty rusty looking in here. That's probably not good for it. And it looks like, yeah, that moves all of those pieces. So yeah, that's probably definitely gonna come off. And you got one screw right in here. Freeze this up. Probably gonna have to watch a couple videos about putting this back together. So don't be offended if you gotta do the same. Quite a few moving parts behind this. Alright, looks like this center one's got to come out too. Oh. Maybe not. There we go. Hopefully it don't. Now if you can see all of that, a lot of moving parts right there. Definitely probably gotta watch a couple of videos to get that all back in the right way. That hose is definitely gotta be replaced. Almost 100% sure of that one. Alright, so when that came off, that freed this part up here. Tucked up underneath. Freed up this part. Looks like there's a little bit of a tapered side to this that went inward. That was on this side. Bam. Connects into this piece here. Just FYI. Some of these parts, like I said, they don't have to. From what I was watching in the videos, it doesn't seem like they all have to come off together. I could be wrong, but alright, so that's off. These are all connected to this. So it looks like all I have left to do on getting this upper part off, and this here just how it screws out. This is the cap screw for the cover. It's just kind of hand tight there. And went out and I got a couple taps. So I've seen that a guy tapped this out versus trying to finagle it and keep it all together. So we'll try the same thing. All Harbor Freight tools here. And a little small little tap right here. Probably should work, hopefully. Grab a hammer. shouldn't take too much pressure to get this up. We're pushing it back that way. Bam. That's all it took. It's free. And top came off. Man, never seen the inside of one of these, but seeing her now. You gotta be careful. These bad boys right here, you don't want to bend them or mess them up. All right. This here, you can kind of try to get off in one piece is better for you. Less scraping and cleaning you gotta do. All right, and it looks like this bad boy is gonna come right up with her. This is kind of built into the filter. You definitely want to make sure you don't get these all bent out of shape. Sorry. Make sure they're kind of just, you know, hanging there. Got a little spring action to them. Look pretty corroded. Put that bad boy up there. Let it hang out. And this is the same as what this one is, pretty much. Oops. This bad boy comes off, goes in the first hole. This is the way this will go back on there. Does not fit in the second hole, FYI. Set him up there. This is your little pump deal. We got a new one of these. You got to take the spring off here, and this little part here all stay with the new one. That up there. I'm gonna go ahead and wiggle this on up out of there. We know once you put that back on, there's really only one orientation this is gonna go also. And where the pump was at, there is a spring there that is stuck in there. Why is it stuck? I didn't see anybody else with a stuck one, but it looks like there's almost a screw down there. Alright, so I'll leave that there for right now. There's that little bowl. Mine doesn't come out like everybody else's did. Anyway, we'll leave it in there. Get your little cover. Keeps your bowl and all that good stuff locked into place. Definitely one orientation. That's going back in. This bad boy here goes up and out. Got a new one of those. Did not get a new one of these in the kit, but looks good. That one there looks good. Got some new jets. I don't know if you guys can see in here or not, but it is really nasty down there. Pretty sure that's what's got me all clogged up. No fuel coming through at all. This has been out for a couple days if you're looking at how dry it is. But I don't know if you guys can see that screw down in that bad boy. It looks like a screw. All the videos I watched, this bad boy just popped right on out. Got a spring in there, spring in there. This here screws out instead of needle nose right here. That bad boy, it's got 2 flat sides on it. See if I can set you guys back up. Alright. Needle nose on that. Always remember, righty tight, lefty loosey. Alright, that comes out, looks like that. And it does look to be a spring in there too. Put it back on here, the orientation that is coming out. Looks like that spring's in pretty good shape. Get this other spring out here. This is the one that goes inside of this one. That's where that goes. See what's holding this one back. Oh, there, just in there a little tight at the bottom. That's all. That bad boy came out. Another spring. Alright, then they have this bad boy. Need a really wide flathead screwdriver in order to get this one out. This is the float seat right in here. Let me grab a wider screwdriver. Alright. Am I wide enough? Barely. But I think it'll work. I got a new one of these, so it'll definitely work that way. Needle nose, like I said, they really come in handy. Alright, so this is where this sits. Down off in there. Stops fuel from coming in, a little plunger. It's very important not to get the inside of this marred up when you put the new one in. The kit that I have, which I hope will work, I got from Napa, part number 2-5630C. Like I said, this did come out of 1978 Oldsmobile 9.8 Regency. Set that over there. Alright, and is there more parts in here? Don't think there is. I think I'm at a point where now I can turn her over. See, this little cup is in here. There's no real need for me to take it out. It's almost like there's no need to take it out. Alright, so on the back side of this here, there's supposed to be a little washer, looks like it's down here maybe. There it is. That one's in pretty rough shape, but this should be at the bottom of that when you take it out. So make sure you get the old one out before you put the new one in. All right. And now we can go ahead and take the jets out. So right here at the bottom here. And they are brass, so they are not magnetic. So putting them in, putting them out is where these needle nose will really come in handy. Specifically why I bought them. Bam, there's one. I don't think the kit came with any of these because these are always certain sizes. They don't look clogged up at all. Not at all. They're huge. Huge openings. They don't look clogged up. Let's go ahead and flip her over. You got a few screws down here to take loose, look like. I'll start with these two metal ones, because a lot of this is held together by the top bolts. Does have a lock nut on that bad boy there. So these in a different area. Or I just keep saying lock nut, lock washer. All right, second one there. I'm assuming this is one here too, which is a little different from all the videos I watch, but get it all up out of there. They all appear to be about the exact same size. Oh, yeah, that freed her up. All right, so what's holding her now is these springs. Springs. That spring loose, and then of course this hose. I saw a lot dry rotted at the bottom, so those definitely need to be probably replaced. Flip her over here. Yeah, that bad boy's dirty, but it looks pretty clean in here. Everything's happening. So set that there. All right, and with that being said, there's another gasket here, and if I turn this back over, all right, so this gasket's obviously going to come off. There's some deals here that have like an epoxy over them. Sometimes they crack and they start to leak. You have to put new epoxy over them. Two little areas here, two little areas here. This here has definitely got something going on with it because there's quite a bit of buildup, if you guys can see that. This one comes off. This is a pretty thick gasket. Really thick. Alright, set that there. I'm going to turn this over one more time because there's one other one that I kind of missed. And it is a flathead. It is where the check ball valve is. That is the one with that funny looking screws, kind of fat on the end, flathead. Deal at the bottom. Set that up there. And there is a ball in here. And your kit does come with a new ball. Just a little ball like that. There is also, in this housing here, there is a filter. This is where my fuel line goes in. A lot of these I've been seeing, or they come out and they go off to the side. Mine's go straight in, straight from the front of the engine. That up there. Either which way, like I said, some of this stuff, like I see a lot of people, they do take it off. I'm not going to take every little piece and part off because that has, to me, has nothing to do with the carburetor part itself as far as a rebuild kit. If I'm going to replace any of these parts, I would just replace them. But that's all the little jets, and this is it. Like I said, you know, there's definitely some other parts that are here, these little clips. I can see that a lot of these little vacuum lines that are all supposed to be kind of sealed up are definitely dry rotted and busting, so I got to get new ones of those. You need a good seal when you're messing with a carburetor. So, but anyway, that is, let's see if I can just turn back on. All right. All right, so that is my disassembly of one of the Rochester Quadrajet carburetors. I will do a part 2 when I start replacing everything, getting it all cleaned up and getting it back together. But I just wanted to show you that it's definitely doable watching the video, being able to take something apart. You know, if you videotape yourself doing it, you definitely can get it back together. But there are, you know, an array of videos out on YouTube right now that are, you know, that show people how to take these apart, which that's what I did, watch those videos. That's why I knew exactly which parts, how many screws, this and that, yada, 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 yada. But either which way, this is Anthony with Hands Down Lawn and Landscape, letting you know if I can do it, you can do it. So don't be afraid. Get your hands dirty. Get out there. Get some of your own work done. Save yourself some of your own cash, some of your own money that can go back into your own business. All right, you guys, if you could, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you're thinking of me. Leave any comments to this right here if I'm missing anything or messing anything up. If anybody knows anything about the cleaning process of this, definitely hit me up. Let me know. As always, I'm gonna try to put out more videos, but you know, when you run your own business, things get busy. So I would like to see I'm gonna put out videos on a regular time, but I just put them out when I can. So I hope you guys bear with me. Hit the like button. If you can, hit that subscribe button because I definitely need some subscribers. Other than that, have a good night.